Hey guys, it's Mr. Graves here. I'm doing the last videos of the school year, Unit 10 precisely. I'm just going to do two videos for Unit 10, simple interest and compound interest. Now, simple interest, a lot of this stuff you guys are actually going to use in real life actually. So if you ever go ahead and get a loan for a car, typically for a car, you have to pay interest and you're gonna have to put money down. So, like for instance, on 1A here, to say you put like $500 down and you have 8% of your interest rate, and you have to pay the car off in 3 years. So the formula you're gonna use, I'm gonna write it up here on the top. Hopefully this shows up if I write it. No, it's too light. Let me do the second one. There we go. So the formula you're going to use is I is equals to PRT, right? Where the P is the principal, right? The R is the rate, and the T is the time. So I'm going to go ahead and do this first one here in black, where I'm going to plug in my number. So I is going to be 500 times 8%. Now, 8% is going to be 8 over 100, which is going to be 0.08. So we're going to multiply 0.08 times 500 and then times 3. So when I put in all my numbers, I is going to equal 500 times 3 is 1,500. Then we're going to multiply that times 0.08. And that's going to give me my answer. So I get my calculator and I do 1500. Oh gosh. 1500 times 0.08 gives me 120. Now that is just the interest he's going to pay over the life of the loan, right? So if they asked you how much does he have to pay in total, you actually would add the 120 plus the 500, and that means you would have to pay a total of $680. No, sorry, $620 to be exact. Okay, let's look at this next one. Remember, the R is 12%, but I'm going to instead take that R and divide it by 100. So that's going to be 0.12. So my I is going to be PRT, right? So I'm going to do 50 times 0.12 times 1. Sorry about that. That looks really, really ugly. Times 1 here. So I know 50 times 1 is just going to be 50. So we're going to do actually 50 times 0.12. So I get my calculator, I do 50 times 0.12. It should be, I think, $6. Let me make sure that's right. Yeah, I was right. It's $6. So that means he's going to pay $6 in just 1 year. So that means he would actually end up paying a total of $56 over the lifetime of this loan. I hope you guys are beginning to see how easy this really is. This one, again, the same thing. You're going to take 18 and divide it by 100. So 18 divided by 100 is going to be 0.18. So I'm going to end up doing my interest is going to be $1,000 times 20 times 0.18. It's 18. Oh man, that looks so ugly. Guys, the reason my handwriting sucks right now is because I have to wear this, like, it's not even a carpal tunnel brace, it's something like, it's like for my thumb. The doctor says it got injured, so I have to wear this right here, and it makes it really hard to write sometimes. Okay, so this will be 24,000 times 0.18. So 24,000. 18. That's a lot. He's going to pay a total of $4,320 throughout this loan. Make sure I write that clearly. So frankly, it's not. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but the higher the interest rate, the more you're going to have to pay over the lifetime of the loan. Now, a fact that they don't tell you guys when it comes to simple interest is that if you pay more than the principal every month, like let's say if your car note is like like $400 a month, right? And you end up paying like, you say, you know what, I'm gonna get paid off faster. So I'm gonna end up paying let's just say you end up paying like $500 instead of paying it when it's due at the 30th of the month. I paid at the 15th, right? That means you more of your money you pay would be going towards the principal and less towards the interest. So a loan that could take, like, say for instance, like 5 years to pay off, you could pay it off in 2 or 3 years if you pay it off that way. That's something they don't tell you guys when you guys go to the dealership, obviously, because they want you to pay as much as you can to them, because they want as much of your money as they can. It's really evil, but it is the way of the world we live in. All right, so 600 times 0.15 times 30. I know 30 times 600 is going to be 18 followed with 3 zeros, right? So that's 18,000 times 0.15. I'm trying to do a step by step. Let's see what my eye is going to give me here. Get my calculator. I'm going to do 18,000 times 0.15, which is going to be 2,700 or 2,700. So if you think about it, this guy's going to pay, ooh, that's a lot of money he's going to pay. But it's going to be over 30 years, though. So imagine this dude borrowed $600, but he's going to have to pay just 2,700 in his interest, which is a lot. So that means he'll end up paying like over $3,000 because his interest rate was so high, and he's paying it over a long period of time. So as you can see, the longer it takes you to pay off something, the more you have to pay over time. So I hope you guys are watching, listening carefully, because it's things like this that can really, really affect you in life. All right, so for 2%, I'm going to do 2 divided by 100. There's going to be 0.02. So my I is going to be, oops, I'm touching the keyboard like an idiot. So I is going to be 25 times 0.02 times 13. So I believe this is going to be 25 times 0.02 first. And that's going to be, this is quite good, actually. He's going to be paying 0.5 times 13. So let's see what his I is going to be. He's going to end up paying $6.50. Not bad. So that means he's going to only have to pay like a total of like $31.50. That's good. So as you can see, the less money you have to borrow, the better off you are in life, honestly. Just letting you hint for the future. If you don't want to owe a lot of money, just don't borrow a lot of money over time. Okay, so this one's going to be 1 over 100, which is 0.01. So let's see what happens when you have to pay a very low interest rate. So his I is going to be $175 times 0.01 times 5. So I know he's going to end up paying $175 times 0.05, because 0.1 times 5 is, yes, that. Then multiply that by 175. I'm getting $8.75. That's pretty good. So that's why it actually does pay to have good credit, guys. If you have good credit as you get older and you need to borrow some money, they only charge a very, very small interest rate. I think the company that has the lowest interest rate when they go to borrow money is Microsoft, because they actually end up paying for it over time. They actually have the longest history of paying back people. I think the interest rate is like it's like 2.5%, which is really, really good, like really good for a company, anyways. All right, this one I'm gonna do the same thing. 7 divided by 100. There's gonna be 0.07. So my I is gonna be 15 times 0.07 times 6. So let me see what I get. I think I should multiply all of this all the way through, right? Just to cut my time off. So 15, oh gosh, 15 times 0.07 times 6 is going to be $6.30. So this is only have to pay back $21.30. That's pretty great. Though he has to pay back over 6 years because his interest rate is low and he borrowed only 15 bucks. He doesn't have to pay that much back, which is pretty awesome. Playing bad music again on the radio. Oops. All right, the last one on this page, I'm going to do 6 divided by 100. It's going to be 0.06. Again, my formula is PRT, right? So that means I'm going to be multiplying the principal of $300 times the rate of 0.06 times 20. So that means that he's going to be 300 times 20 is going to be 6,000 times 0.06. I think it's going to end up paying like 36 bucks or something like that, or $360. Let's say. About math, remember so well. Times 0.06. Yeah, I was right. 360. So he has to pay $360. So he has to end up paying because he has to pay over 20 years, right? And borrow $300. He has to end up paying back $660 over time. So I hope you guys are seeing the pattern that's going on here. All right, these last ones here, I can easily do, and then we'll call it a day for simple interest. Let me see if I can move it up. All right, perfect. So again, my formula is I is equal to PRT. So in this case, my I know my oops. Now I picked these ones because you're gonna still apply the same formula. 1.5 divided by 100 is gonna be 0.015. Sure, that's right. Yep. So I'm gonna end up doing $44 times 0.015 times 7. So when I multiply all of that, I'm going to get my answer. 44 times 0.015. Oops, that's not right. 5 times 7 means she's going to pay. Oh, that's not bad. He has to pay back $4.62. In fact, I don't know if whenever you guys go ahead and one day you get a payday loans don't usually go for anything less than $200. Because for them, they're not going to make a lot of money. If you only need like 50 bucks, right? Okay, so here, this one again, you're going to do the same thing. 99.99 divided by 100. Let me see what I get when I do that. 0.99 divided by 100. Oh, Lord, that is ridiculously small. That is 0.0099. So I'm gonna put all that on my calculator. I again is equal to PRT. So I is 80 times 0.099. Even more bad music they're playing in the background. Lovely. So I'm gonna multiply all this here. 80 times 0.0099 times 18. And my hunch is gonna he goes yeah, he only has to pay back $14. That's amazing. He has to pay back $14 and I want to say 26 cents. So if you add it up, he only has to pay about $94, which is pretty good for a guy who had to borrow $80 to start off with, right? Let's look at this one. Here again, you're going to do 20.5 divided by 100, which is going to be 0.205. So again, I is equal to PRT. I is going to be $25.25 times 0.205 times 35. So let's see what we get. 25.25, oops, times 0.205 times, is that 35? Yeah, 35. Man, that's a lot of money. Whew, that's crazy. Because his interest rate is so high, he's going to end up paying $181 in interest and 117 cents. So this dude's going to pay back over $200, and he only needed to borrow 25 bucks. That is tough. That is rough. That is rough. Like, for real, that's rough. All right, here's the last one. Then I can call it a day, right? Thankfully, it's just 13 over 100. It's going to be 0.13. Equals PRT. It's going to be $50.99 times 0.13 times 4. So we multiply all of this, 50.99 times 0.13 times the 4 years it takes for him. And he ended up paying $26.51 in interest. Well, that's not bad. He still pays less than 80 bucks in total, so that's not a bad deal for him. So I hope you guys learned about the importance of simple interest. This is stuff you guys can use whenever you have to get a car. You know, look at the rate term, look at the terms of the years, see how much money you need. Remember, only borrow what you need in life, okay? Remember, if you guys need me, you can always book me for tutorials or text me at my office number, 512-737-3840. And I'll see you guys later, okay? Have a great rest of your day. Bye.